Hey, buddy, watch this.
Hello, RegisKillbin is the name and Hearthstone is the game, and it's time for my first ever card reveal for Hearthstone. I couldn't be more excited. But I'm gonna be frank with you guys. I just didn't have a whole lot of time to make this video, so unfortunately I'm not gonna do something super awesome or creative like a lot of people do. I'm just gonna show you the card and talk about it. But you know, sometimes in life the simple things are good, and I think this is a pretty simple card, so it's almost befitting. That said, I don't want to steal any more of your time, so let's go ahead and look at my card reveal for the Boomsday Project. Regis! It's me! Future Regis! That's right! I traveled from the year 2118, Regis. 100 years of technological advancements have brought us here. This hat I wear is basically like the cell phones of 2018. It's very high-tech. You wouldn't quite understand. Future Regis, about the helmet, I don't know if that's attached to your head or what, but, you know, I gotta say, it kind of just looks like a... it looks a bit like somebody just took a pasta strainer and, like, put duct tape on it and, like, found a bunch of random stuff in their house and, like, stuck it to it. It doesn't look particularly fancy. Also, it's weird how you're wearing the exact same color
Regis,
shirt
this
as
is
me.
not
I find that
a pasta strainer
coincidental.
with
I mean, I know we
random
like
stuff
purple, but
taped
still, that's
to
weird.
it. This has replaced our gorgeous head of hair, Regis. This is what people have now. We don't have hair. We just wear these. We've been augmented to improve ourselves with incredible technology, and that's exactly what I wanted to talk about today, because I'm going to augment your card with something unbelievable, taking it from trash to fantastic, Regis. You won't believe it. I guess you want to see the card? Do you want to see the card? I guess it's time to look at the card. People are probably wanting to see the card. Let's take a look at the brand new card, Regis. This is the Augmented Elekk. My God, Regis, have you ever seen anything
Jeez,
so
much better.
beautiful?
That's fantastic. That's got so many possibilities. Future Regis, you've done some magical work here. I knew you were a good card designer. Nobody on YouTube believes it. They don't give you credit for it, but deep down inside, I knew you could make a good card someday, Regis. I knew it. I believed in us. Regis! Do you want to see it in action? Regis! Do you want to see some gameplay? Regis, let's see it in action, Regis. I know you want to. Let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
I want you, and you, and you.
Regis, did you see that? 26 cards added to the deck now. I will say in the future, we compete with 600 card Hearthstone decks. Basically, everybody's a supercomputer at this point. We can calculate every kind of possible mathematical equation necessary to solve a game on turn one. So we really had to up the ante. Lots of variables, even more randomness. Some people don't like it, but you know what? I think it's pretty fun. Regis, I must go. My people need me. My stream needs me. Regis, listen, dude. We're up to 3 million. 3 million concurrent viewers on Twitch. This is getting real, dude. You gotta keep going. Seriously. Don't give up. It's going good. People like us, okay? You just gotta trust me, okay? 3 million. Keep it up, champ. But I gotta go, Regis. Spread the word of Augmented Elekk.
All right, so that was the thing that happened. Let's go ahead and put that behind us forever.
and never think about that again. And let's talk about this insane card. It is the Augmented Elekk, neutral epic minion in the Boomsday Project. 3 mana, 3/4. Everybody knows, I say it time and time again, I love the 3 mana, 3/4 stat line. Couldn't have picked a better card for me as far as I'm concerned. That alone makes this thing a solid card in my mind. That stat line is just so favorable in Hearthstone and lines up so well. It's one of those things that's great on 3. It's not terrible late in the game. And then, of course, you bundle in the effect here for our Augmented Elekk. Whenever you shuffle a card into a deck, you add a second copy of that card. So you already saw in the footage some of the things that are possible with the Augmented Elekk effect, and it is completely and utterly bonkers cool. And I have already been talking up Lab Recruiter. I've already been talking up Academic Espionage. I've been pondering and imagining and just unbelievably excited about Myra's Unstable Element, binding all of these cards together. But wait, I know you didn't forget about one last thing. The cherry on top, this card bounces its way on top of the pile. It's Pogo Hopper. Guys, now you can pull off the most insane deck in the entire history of Hearthstone, as far as I'm concerned, where you draw your entire deck with Myra's Unstable Element. You play a Pogo Hopper, an Augmented Elekk, and a Lab Recruiter, and you start to shuffle a ridiculous, absurd, unfair, arguably even broken amount of Pogo Hoppers into your deck, so that now every single card you draw becomes this acceleratingly huge threat. You get a 3/3, a 5/5, a 7/7, a 21/21, a 41/41. The limit is non-existent when it comes to a Pogo Hopper, Lab Recruiter, Augmented Elekk deck. It's just unbelievably cool. I don't know if it's going to work. We'll have to see in action whether or not it's actually viable at all, but who cares? This is the stuff that Hearthstone dreams are made of, and I can't believe Augmented Elekk is another card that actually pulls all of this together. I'm so very happy to see that. But here's the thing. It's not just Boomsday Project cards that synergize with Augmented Elekk in particular. When you look out to the standard format set that we have today, a couple other things come to mind right away. I think most notably is probably Falderai Strider, a common card for rogue decks these days that shuffles 4/4 spooters, as I like to call them, into your deck so that you can eventually draw them. Well, now with an Augmented Elekk, you get 6 spiders instead of only 3, and they're much more likely to be found, coming out faster, applying a lot more instant pressure. So can Augmented Elekk be run in a Falderai Strider environment? Maybe it can. And then beyond that, the thing I'm most excited about of all is probably Deck of Wonders. Now, I don't think this will be the most competitive utilization of Augmented Elekk, and I do think some of those will exist, but for the memes, this is all about the dreams, because being able to shuffle 10 random spells into your deck with merely 2 cards, that is the perfect stream as far as I'm concerned, because shenanigans are afoot. Crazy things are going to happen. Games are going to be won and lost on the back of Augmented Elekk into Deck of Wonders. Frankly, I just want my entire deck to be Deck of Wonders at some point, with 20 Scrolls of Wonder technically inside of my deck, so that I shuffle through all 20 in a single chain, all thanks to Augmented Elekk. That is the perfect Hearthstone deck for me. So really, you've got here a card that looks like it has some real competitive viability. I think there might be some ways to play this, whether it's a new deck manipulation deck for Rogue in the Boomsday Project, whether it's just to augment one other card here or there that's really important that does something or gives you a specific win condition. That's always a possibility. But most important of all, this has got to be one of the most fun cards I think we've ever seen in Hearthstone, certainly in combination with these other ones like Academic Espionage. There is some really, really cool stuff happening thanks to this card. So even though it doesn't necessarily look like the most thematic or awesome card from a, stat standpoint or a name,
man, the effect is fantastic. It feels like a legendary card in a lot of ways, even though it's just an epic. So I absolutely adore it. I couldn't be more excited to have gotten what initially I thought might not be the most awesome card, but then when I saw all these synergies, oh my gosh, Augmented Elekk, you're a dream come true. So that said, guys, of course, I'm really curious what you have to say about Augmented Elekk. Do you think this is going to be a card? What kind of deck are you going to include this in? Please leave that in the comments below. I can't wait to hear your reaction. I'm not as excited to hear what you have to think about Mecha Broad, but that was fun too. So hey, who cares? Now, that said, guys, it's going to be really fun jumping into the Boomsday Project. I can't wait to play it right alongside you on stream, on YouTube. So hopefully I'll catch you when the expansion launches on August 7th. There's a lot of packs to be opened and a lot of decks to be built. But until then, thank you so very much for watching. And until next time... Regis! Did you really think that was the last of me? Listen, for old time's sake, I want to say the tagline to end the video. I don't do that anymore. They don't let me use that anymore. I signed with a big company. It's a whole long story, a whole thing. But can I say it one last time, Regis? Okay? I can't? Alright. Until next time, game on.